All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekah Kodash. Second of all, I want to give the honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short lesson of how alone the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And this is going to be another edition of something to keep an eye on. And Lord Will's brothers can see on the screen. I have this article here from the Hill, and it says Chicago MPOX, which stands for monkeypox, outbreak raises alarm over summer spread. All right, so this monkeypox thing is rearing its head again. All right, and when we want to do this lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, when they first announced about the MPOX, all right, it was around the time when Esau first started, when the majority of people started taking the knockout punch, the jab or whatever. All right, and having certain conversations with brothers, and brothers pretty much had the same, you know, speaking as a man, had pretty much had the same idea about it. They said we were saying that the monkeypox, they're gonna blame that the MPOX, the monkeypox or whatever. They're gonna say that people have that, but it's really gonna be a side effect from the jab. All right, and people are still, uh, um, having issues from the knockout punch, the jab. It's still going on, but there's so much other stuff going on in the world. You really don't hear that much about it, and the mainstream ain't covering it at all. They said that the C19 is over with. All right, pretty much. All right, but now this is rearing its head again. All right, they're saying that cases are rising in Chicago again, and just like with the C19 when it first went down, where was that? I think it was Seattle. I think it started in Washington, Seattle, and then it just spread it like wildfire. All right, so again, just speaking as a man, but like brothers again had the same thought about it. They're gonna blame the they're gonna say people have the monkeypox or whatever, but it's really gonna be side effects from the knockout punch. All right, or when they real deal activate that 5G thing. All right, they could really be getting ready to do that and blame it on the and say it's monkeypox, but it's really a side effect or from the knockout punch, jab, or the radiation from the 5G or whatever. All right, when they turn on the 5G towers. All right, which they may have already done. Not 100%. We don't know yet, but I'm gonna read some of this article. It says a cluster of MPOX cases in Chicago area has spurred concern of a resident this summer, a resurgence, Salakia, this summer, mere months after the end of the public health emergency of the outbreak that began last year. The U.S. respond, and again, they announced that about the MPOX around the same time. A large majority of people were taking the jab, and the same side effects that the effects that people said that they had the MPOX, with the same side effects that people have when they were taking the jab. All right, so again, we gotta wait and see how this is gonna play out. But I believe again they're gonna play this card again. It says the U.S. response to the MPOX outbreak in 2022 her as a herald as public health success despite some early stumbles by the beginning of the year. Enough progress has been made that the White House allowed the public health emergency to expire. Officials from the Center of CDC Prevention said last week, however, there is a substantial risk of resurgence this summer. This warning coming days after the World Health Organization declared the MPOX to no longer be a global health emergency. A worry is the investors have found more than half of these infections in Chicago clusters have received some degree of vaccination. All right, and let me see how much more I could read. Uh, she noted that while rates of the MPOX cases became extremely low, range from 1 to 3 confirmed cases per day in recent months, the virus never went away entirely. We know that the rates of people willing to get the complete vaccine schedule is not great. Momer said some of them they have their first dose, and then maybe they forgot to get the point forget to get to the point of 28 days when they need to get the second dose to acquire full immunity, and this is just not happening. The discovery in Chicago has led experts to call for more inquiries into the efficiency and duration of the smallpox vaccination used during last year's outbreak, because there is no immunities specifically geared towards MPOX, the smallpox vaccination. I was gonna try to ACAM 2000, and then near, yeah, that's all I'm gonna read. All right, because again, just speaking as a man, but I believe they're gonna play this card again and again. Brothers had that same thought. The same side of the effects that people had from the MPOX was the same effects that people said that they were having from the knockout punch. All right, so again, they can play this card again. All right, they might take this lesson down, but oh well, it's all good. I mean, I really didn't want to read the whole article, but it's all good. It ain't nothing trying to say no YouTube page, man. We got plenty more. Never run out, man. All right, but yeah, they can play the same card again, man. All right, hit the switches, and people really start getting effed up. And people are still effed up. You just don't hear about it as much. All right, because majority of the time, we get the information about people being jacked up from news articles. Which again, there's so much other stuff going on right now in the world. This has kind of it's being swept under the rug, but people are still uh, going down for the count from the knockout punch. People are still jacked up from it. People are still, and they said what was it, Ray? What was it, 3 to 4 to 5 years or something like that, when it's really supposed to take effect on the people, but then we gotta wait and see. So, but yeah, Esau gonna play this card again. All right, just something again to keep an eye on. This is Second Ezra chapter 16. I'm gonna read one to jump down. Second Ezra chapter 16. Second Ezra chapter 16 verse 1. Woe be unto thee Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee Syria, Egypt, and Syria. All right, the Lord said, woe unto thee Babylon. All right, and that woe is to the people. All right, again, the Lord isn't angry at the land of America. He's angry at the people in America. All right, so the Lord is basically saying, woe unto you. All right, because the Lord's looking to destroy the people. All right, so the Lord's basically saying, woe unto the people in Babylon. All right, which dwell on the land of Babylon. Because again, the Lord's going to destroy the land to destroy the people. All right, so the Lord's saying, woe unto you. And that's why the Lord's going to bring these plagues and things like that, famine, pestilence, so on and so forth. All right, jumping down, this is Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, who would deliver me in those days. Verse 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. Right, evil is what? Lockdowns. All right, scripture say a man should desire to go into a city and not be able. Quarantine camps, checkpoints. All right, like a brother seen that movie Songbird. It's gonna be like that. All right, medical checkpoints, so on and so forth. All right, what shall I do when these evils shall come? And evil means bad. Verse 19, behold, famine, plagues, tribulation, and anguish are set as a scourge for the amendment. But for all these things, they should not turn from their wickedness, nor be any way mindful of their scourge. Right, our people, when the first plague, the C-19 first went down, our people, was, I'll say behaving themselves a little bit better. But then, as soon as things went back to so-called normal, which things never really went back to normal, all right, but then they went right back to their wickedness. So our people don't learn, man. That's why the Lord is going to put a major foot up our people's ass, man. All right, verse 21. Behold, victuals should be so good cheap upon the earth that they should think themselves to be in good case, which that's food and all that. Those days are over, all right, and they ain't going back to normal. Even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. All right. So again, the Lord is going to bring a horrible pestilence upon this place. All right. A horrible plague, like I said in the 19th verse. All right. Plague would be that, you know, the MPOX or the C-19 or whatever other thing, Bill Gates was talking about. He said that they're going to pay, the people are going to pay attention to this one. They're going to be forced to pay attention to this one. It's going to be so bad. All right. It could be this or it could be something else. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and safety to you brothers that push you to sincerity. Shalom.